Okay, so we're here. Okay, so this is the neighbor, and I got a little concerned because I was like, oh my goodness, what do you mean there's people here? So your neighbor is directly next to you. This is your faux driveway. I didn't drive up too far just because it's raining quite a bit today, and I don't know if it gets like soft as you go further up. My guess would be not, because if you guys can see, I'm gonna zoom in. There's the structure that they said has no value. So that would be where your home site would probably be, because, you know, that's where that one is. So it would just make more sense to have the new home structure in the same place. And I think like per permits and things like that, it's going to be much cheaper to put it in the same spot. But yeah, look, neighbor. And then you'd be like tucked away back there. It's not a bad home site because you have this giant tree, excuse me. And then this is the land. It's beautiful. It's flat. It is fenced. There's a fence over here, if you can see those posts right there. So it is fenced, and then there is a fence right before all the scotch brush that's over here, all the yellow stuff. There is a fence on like my side. So I believe it jaunts out, comes across, and then goes up. I'll pull a plat map though, so that way we can know for sure where the property lines are. And that house is freaking rough. Hoo-wee. That's like all rotted wood on the bottom. Sorry. Ooh, I think I just messed with it because I put my finger in front of it. So yeah, and it looks like the driveway goes up and it Ys. One side goes towards your neighbor's house and one side goes over here. So maybe at one point in time the neighbors shared a driveway, and then this house kind of went downhill and they decided not to. But you can slightly hear the highway. I don't know if it's picking it up on the video. There's my car. That's the beginning of the driveway. But you're actually like a flag lot off of the highway. So you're not directly on Salmon River Highway, but you have a Salmon River Highway address. Let's see if I can, and you can see like there's a fence on this side. I'm gonna bring you back down behind the car so you can see. Everything is so wet this morning. Here we go. So it's kind of graveled on the way, and then theirs is totally graveled. So, but that's the turnoff. So there's the highway, and if you see the flag, I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it. I can't remember what that is across the street. Oh, you know what's across the street? That weird hoarded out bookshop is like down the street, and then this is storage units. So there's storage units across the street. Like I said, you can slightly hear the highway. It's not that bad. If I'm really, and you have like this weird giant overgrown tree bush thing. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, it's quite pretty and quiet. So again, you come up from that driveway. I just heard some noises, sorry. You come up from that driveway, and then it splits here, and this is your neighbor, which it's very well kept. Very well kept. It's not a huge piece of land that they have, but they have a manufactured home, a barn, and a shop, and it's all well taken care of. And then this is your part. I'll get on the other side of the car so we can actually get a good look at it. But here is your part, and the house would be probably tucked up behind that tree where the previous home site was, because it's easier that way, and usually it's much cheaper. So but for now it can just sit there, because I don't think that Grand Ronde is really banging on the door to get it torn down. But it could just sit there, and then I believe that would secure your home site. Now we would have to do more research on that, but for now it's a really, really nice piece of land, you guys. I was worried about the highway noise, but since you're this like very nice flag lot off of the highway, it's really not that bad. As long as you're not allergic to scotch brush. Hoo-hoo-wee. I'd be sneezing up a storm. But other than that, she's very pretty. So I'm gonna finish up because there's not much more to show you other than the lay of the land, but it's nice and flat and seems to be in pretty good shape.